Julien Dubois and Celeste Moreau emerged from the bootlegger tunnel beneath Magnolia's End plantation as fog rolled across the ruined grounds. The last echoes of Mardi Gras faded into the night while the old columns and moss-covered oaks stood like watching ghosts. Julien carried Madame Zora's talisman and Margot Thibodeau's Crescent Moon key in his coat. Celeste kept her camera ready and her amulet close to her throat. Somewhere ahead, the final ritual was about to begin. Guided by a map copied from Clara's diary, they crossed the overgrown courtyard to a stone trapdoor marked with a crescent moon. Julien fit the key into the lock. The mechanism turned with a soft click, and a hidden staircase opened beneath them. They descended into a chamber lit by torches and heavy with incense, blood, and old secrets. The room was built like a dark cathedral. Veves and crescent symbols covered the walls. At the center stood a black altar surrounded by masks, knives, and a ledger listing 9 dead names. The final line was still empty. Above it, moonlight poured through a skylight and turned the chamber silver. Julien understood then that this was the place where Amélie had died and where the Order of the Crescent Moon had fed its ritual for years. Celeste took photographs without hesitation, her face pale but determined. They had come too far to leave without proof. A chant rose from the shadows. Cloaked figures stepped forward, their crescent masks blank and cruel. At their center stood Vincent Devereaux in a black suit, calm and immaculate, his eyes cold behind a silver mask. He seemed less like a man than the owner of the room. He welcomed them as if they were expected guests. He said the city would soon belong to the Order and that the 10th sacrifice would complete the blood pact. Julien raised his revolver and told him the murders were over. Devereaux answered with a smile that made the threat feel larger, not smaller. He spoke of destiny, of power, and of a city remade through sacrifice. Celeste moved first. She flashed her camera and seized the ledger, giving the others something they could not ignore. Julien fired a warning shot, enough to break the circle of followers without starting a massacre. The chamber erupted into motion. Devereaux's men closed in, knives drawn, while he slipped away through a side passage with the ease of a man already planning the next move. Julien drove a blade into the altar and splintered its surface. Celeste scattered the silver medallions across the floor. For an instant the chant faltered, and the room seemed to lose its breath. But the order was not finished. Their followers pressed hard, forcing Julien and Celeste backward toward the stairs. They escaped from the chamber with the ledger, the photographs, and the knowledge of how close the ritual had come to completion. Behind them, torches flickered and the moonlight still burned through the skylight, cold and watchful. Devereaux had vanished, but the site was exposed, the chant broken, and the final sacrifice delayed. The night was not over, and the moon had not yet claimed its due.